So yeah, that whole situation going down in the Art CC with Synnibear, it just keeps on growing. So a couple of days ago, someone came out with a document. Now this document is anonymous. We don't know who wrote it, but someone wrote it in general. And let's just say it doesn't make Synni look any better than what we've seen already. Now to put it out there at the very beginning, the document itself is a 3-year age gap, 17-14. You already know me, 3 years is like, but given Synni has gone after other people for 3-year age gaps, I'm gonna let my personal opinion slide a bit because she's been a blatant hypocrite going after other people doing what she's doing, and as we learned recently, was doing worse with a whole 6-year age gap going on. Now, as you can see here, Synni is talking sexually with them, being like, haha, horny when they're asking for a comic. Now, we'll get into that comic later, but trust me, it's, you know what it is if you remember. But yeah, again, given Synni is a hypocrite going after other people for 3-year age gaps, I'm going to be a lot more critical about this whole situation going on here. Here's some more screenshots of them talking together and Synni being like, gonna make out with you. Synni Dom is online now, so you know she's feeling some type of way. And at the very bottom there, you can see Synni saying, gonna glare at you while I peg you. So Synni was clearly feeling some type of way when talking with this person, and they were making it very clear how they were feeling. Now back to that comic. There's this whole situation going down where Synni's like, yeah, I'm going to show you the comic. Oh, I never gave you the comic? There's so much more of the comic going on, blah, blah, blah. And for those that remember, this comic is that rape comic that was exposed when Synni was going to expose the first time. So not only did Synni send it to the 14-year-old and they were 20, they're also sending it to this 14-year-old and they were 17. Or I think they were 18 and 15 by now. Again, I'm not entirely sure because I don't know the other person's exact age. But yeah. There would be some more DMs of Synni and the other person role-playing together, or mainly just Synni from the looks of it. The other person didn't really seem to be that into it. But you can see Synni setting up this sexual roleplay that they were gonna like watch together or something. I don't know. At least that's what it like reads like. Again, I don't really like understand this very well. But yeah, it was looking to be pretty cooked on Synni's end if you ask me. This other part is Synni fantasizing with the minor about some like sexual stuff having to do with NM's head in place. If I remember correctly, that is supposed to be her like custom character Nightmare Sans based off Undertale Sans. But yeah, again, you know, if this is just a normal 17 and 14 relationship, I wouldn't care. But Synni is a hypocrite. Like she's even sending pictures of her sex toy to the minor dude. Like, come on, man. You got them used to this kind of conversing. You say it's bad, yet you're doing it yourself. I don't understand how someone can get caught up like this. Like, how can somebody go on the internet and say, yeah, blank age gaps are bad, and then do the same exact thing and then worse? Like, pause for a sec. You know, let's pause this document for a minute. Why does this always happen on the internet? I see this happen way too often. Like, are some people just that terminally online about stuff? Like, dude, it's my job to, you know, be online a lot because, you know, I'm writing up these scripts about topics. I'm looking into all these situations. There's stuff that I've worked on that has nothing to do with my main channel or this channel. I just work on in the background because I just have fun. Video game stuff, whatever, that'll probably never come out, right? But how does somebody end up in the gutter like this? Like straight up no bullshit? This is loser behavior. I don't care if people are talking some type of way with people they trust. I don't. That is normal stuff to happen, right? But why are you going to the public and being like, yeah, these 3-year age gaps, they're bad. And then doing the same exact thing, word for word, verbatim, almost like a 100% copy. And then on top of that, you were talking with someone who was 6 years younger than you the entire time. I just don't fucking get it, dude. Discord brain rot. Let's blame it on Discord brain rot. Fuck Discord. Now, the last 3 parts of the document are mainly just screenshots of Synni sending NSFW artwork to the minor. One of them seems to be more anatomy work, which is still bad, but like it's not the worst. The second one is straight up intercourse going on, and the third one is a picture of that rape comic. Now, I don't really need to spend too much time on this stuff. I might actually have to blur it now that I think about it, but yeah, they're bad. Synni fucked up again. Now, this situation is pretty cooked already. You know, the burger is well done. Synni will be forever remembered for talking sexually with kids. So by all means, nobody in their right mind would try to defend her at all after seeing what they saw, right? Well, there would be one person who'd make a video defending Synni, and that person would be Just a Robot, aka Jar. Now, he's already taken down the video because it was that bad. It was very, very bad. The excuses that he was making for Synni are some of the most astounding takes I think I've ever heard from somebody ever. For example, there's a part of the video where he's defending Synni, right? And he says at one point, trying to like make it sound good, because Synni blurred some parts of the rape comic when he sent it to the minor, that it's somehow better.
This kept on escalating until Synni, she sent the same not safe for work essaying comic to this minor, and requested this minor to draw even more corn of the character of Boy and Nightmare Sans. From the censoring job, it looks like a few parts of this comic would have been legally classified as hardcore corn. It should be noted that the doc maker was not the one who censored this out, it was actually Synni herself. When I first saw this, I thought, yeah, Synni's guilty, but when I found out that she censored the worst parts of this comic herself, it made her look far less guilty than I was.
This, my friends, subscribers, and followers, is what you call a retarded ass take. This is one of the dumbest takes you can say about this situation. Now, Jar was talking about the first document that came out, you know, the 20-year-old and 14-year-old situation, so think about it. Jar went through the entire document. He shows just before the clip I played you, mind you, that he knows what was sent. He thinks to himself, hey, you know what? You know, even though she sent a fucking rape comic to a 14-year-old while being 20, she blurred some parts of it, so that's somehow better, you know? She might not be as guilty as people are thinking. No, dog. She sent porn and rape comics, pages of a rape comic, to a 14-year-old when she was 20. Straight up, no bullshit. Nobody's coming back from that, especially on the ArtCC side of the internet. Now, bad video is a bad video, right? Shit happens. He took it down, maybe he learned his lesson, he got caught up in his head and all that, so everything's cool here, right? Well, that's where this story gets a whole lot more interesting. Now, Synni will leak her DMs at Jar in typical ArtCC fashion. You already know these people. They leak DMs all the time. Everyone here is paranoid because of it. It's a shitty way to live their life, but whatever, right? Well, in these DMs, it became clear to people that Jar already had a personal, you know, how do I put this? It became clear in one of the first DMs they had together that Jar already had this notion in his head that Synni was innocent. This was one of the first DMs he sent to Synni, and you can see how he already has this notion in his head that it's some sort of setup going up against her. So instead of searching for the actual truth going on here, he was just looking for whatever he could use to defend her. This is already against journalistic integrity. The point in going over a story is to figure out the truth, not to defend or offend somebody. But if it just so happens that either story goes either way, that's what you work with. As everybody knows, Synni was 20 talking to a 14-year-old. That's indefensible no matter what. And yet Jar, knowing this, would go on and still try to defend Synni and in turn, make himself out to look extremely biased to the public. Now seen in the background, he was biased, it just makes everything worse for him. Now he would end up on a stream by YouTuber Chud Logic after he was going over his video and just shitting on it. And the clips I'm about to show you, I can't really explain it myself, you just gotta see it for yourself to really understand what we're grasping with here.
I have a girlfriend, I have no sexual interest in Synni at all.
But you do, okay, actually, let's say that. Go on.
No, actually, I want to take. No. Okay. Maybe I do have sexual interest in Synni. I mean, I'm a straight guy, come on. So I'm going to walk back on that. But I have a girlfriend. I'm not. What part of the logs would you like to go over with me?
And you say, I presume it's some sort of joke, want to see my cock. In fact, I tell you what. And then you send a picture of a chicken, of a rooster, of some sort of...
That's my humor.
Okay. Do you think it's appropriate to joke about sending a picture of your penis to someone who you're interviewing who is accused of grooming an individual?
Absolutely not.
So why did you do it?
It's just my humor. It's just what I do. I'm not the most mature fellow, and I've sent this same joke to so many other people.
Now, as you can see, Jar admitted to being into Synni, so clearly he had a story and a narrative to run as soon as he tried going and defending her. On top of that, he would then say how he was just joking around with her, but again, this is a journalistic story defending someone who could be a predator. You can tell that getting to the truth wasn't Jar's prerogative. He just wanted to defend Synni as much as he could. And the reason why, well, it's debatably because he was into her. And it would only get worse for the guy. The next two clips, I'm not going to say anything. I just want y'all to watch them.
You requested a call, and in your words, I just need someone to chat with as I drift off to sleep. Can you explain that to me, please?
Yeah, I like to chat to people on my phone as I fall asleep. It's not a romantic thing at all. I've done it with guys, I've done it with girls. I just like to be on the phone with people as I fall asleep. I've done it with my roommate. He's not in right now, so I can't bring him in for this.
Okay.
It's just...
Without discerning the exact nature of this, do you at least understand it is completely unacceptable and a conflict of interest to make a video about someone, to ostensibly interview them to get their side of it, and have this level of personal conversation with them as well.
Absolutely. I shouldn't have done that. And I feel bad about that. I've never seen a picture of her face. No, I have never seen Synnibear's face, ever. I have borderline no idea what she looks like.
So not only was Jar trying to get into a sleeping call with Synni, the person he is investigating whether they're a real predator or not, he straight up says that he's never even seen her before, yet earlier admitted that he's into her. This is why this ArtCC stuff confuses me so much, yet it is so entertaining to me. Now there's a little bit more with Jar, but I don't want to get into that. I don't want to take away too much from this video. But the point here as things are wrapping up is that Synni, there's no getting out of this. The evidence is crystal clear. The minor didn't lie about their age to her, said they were an adult when they turned out to be a minor. No. Synni at 20 knew they were talking to a 14-year-old, has made videos going after people with 3-year age gaps, and yet has done the same exact thing as those people she's gone after. She straight up called herself a groomer and is now trying to take that away. But given that we got one for sure predatory story no matter what, and the second one, again, in normal circumstances, I wouldn't care, but given she's a hypocrite, I do care, yeah, she's cooked. There's no coming back from this. This whole side story with Jar just adds to this ever-growing lore going on here with the Synni situation. And this is like a good introduction for people who don't know about the ArtCC or don't understand them. They are some of the weirdest fucking people online. Now, I've talked to Jar before. I've never had a bad conversation. Everything I talked about with him was good. Like, I've never had any bad situation with him. So when I saw him make this video, I was really confused because it's like, this is indefensible. Why are you putting your neck out? Come to find out he's into her. It's like, oh, then it all makes sense now. I'm just disappointed because even though it's been a couple months since I last talked to him, I just didn't think he would try to defend literally the indefensible. If I were to give any advice, Jar needs to chill, get off the internet for a bit, because I don't think this is something you can come back from, especially on the ArtCC side of the internet. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. This is the stuff that happened. Only time will tell what happens next. I don't think any more is going to come out about Synni. Maybe some people start talking about Jar. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, this Synni story seems to be over. Hey, maybe it'll make for a good main channel video one day. I don't know. Apparently, there's some stuff that I haven't heard about. Like apparently, and this is something I haven't looked into yet, apparently before Synni lived with Birdie, she drew a rape comic of Birdie. Now that's just me saying something, that's what I've been told. But if that's true, Synni might make for a good main channel story. We'll see. I don't know. I don't really like to make videos talking about ArtCC stuff because I don't want an audience like that of those fucking weird schizos. But hey, we'll see if that'll somehow become a story or something that I just leave on the back burner.